What's up, everybody? This is Chris here with City of Vandals podcast. I'm here with COWER out in Oakland, California. Dude, thank you for having me out here, man. I just wanted to, reach out to you, and I'm glad we finally found a day we can work and get something going, man.
No, thanks for having me on the podcast.
Yeah,
I'm excited to be here.
Thank you, bro. So, I mean, obviously, if you've been to Oakland, I'm pretty sure you've seen his name up. He writes COWER, but also is known as Vince Vertical, right? Because of his comic book, CrimeGuys. So I've been seeing your videos lately. You've been putting this up like pretty much all over the place and stuff, right? Yeah, man. It's always cool to see that first person view of like the writer actually getting up and stuff, and you're putting it towards not just your name, because I mean, obviously with the mops, you're finding spots to tag and stuff for your actual graffiti name, but you're promoting something that you started yourself through like stories or something, like, right? Like it's a comic book that you basically made. What got you into doing that?
So yeah, CrimeGuys started out as a crew, and
so this is actually a crew. It started as a crew.
Yeah, sorry, I was just waiting for that motorcycle to pass. So KG started as a crew back in St. Louis in 2012 with me and my homie that wrote Timo at the time. I met him the first day I pushed a cart. I had a cast on from skateboarding, and I had some graffiti on my cast. And he called me out, and we were both kind of like pretended like we did graffiti, and I was like getting more serious about it. I had just pushed my first cart that day, and so I met this kid, and then we like went out painting that night. This was like 2012 in St. Louis, and then he had an idea for a crew name. It was No Good. It was KNOW Good, and so we started KG that day, and then came up in St. Louis, did like a lot of toy shit. A lot of the older writers like really dogged on me and like tried to whip me into shape. Like we had a really good mentor program there, where basically the older writers would beat your fucking ass if you caused trouble for them. And I was fucking in my late teens, early 20s, and just causing a shit ton of trouble. And KG was just kind of like the toy crew. And
so you were brought up over in St. Louis?
Yeah, so I'm from St. Louis originally, and then I've been in the Bay for 8 years in Oakland.
Okay. Yeah, I have been seeing your shit around for that long, but I think it's more recently that I found your page.
Oh, yeah, and, the Instagram is blowing up.
Yeah, honestly, it's so cool to see that, dude.
It's TikTok famous.
Oh, yeah? You have your TikTok, too?
No, the TikTok doesn't do shit, but I just call social media TikTok because it's just all like
it's all the same stuff.
Yeah,
everybody can.
But that's the origins of how like KG started as a crew, and then when I met Oppose, who if you read the comic, it's two main characters: is Cowboy and Oppose. I write COWER, so Cowboy's supposed to be somewhat based off of me, and then Oppose is like a real he's my fucking homie, like my writer guy. When we moved to Oakland, KG had kind of like died off. Because, like, a lot of people are not feeling the crew.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just like...
So you came from St. Louis to Oakland about 8 years ago. That's where you guys kept writing that name.
So we are in St. Louis. I met Oppose in St. Louis.
Right.
We decided to move to Oakland together.
Okay.
And then KG was kind of dead at that point, and Oppose was like, let's start KG again, and, like, let's represent a crew when we move to this new place. And then a couple years in the writing in Oakland, I needed like I wanted to find a project to like do something besides graffiti, to like get something besides that like quick short term.
What made you decide that feeling? Like what? Like it, because the actual thrill of getting your spot, having everything with you and executing it and getting it done, like that's everybody's thrill doing in graffiti, but like what kind of made you want to branch out of it,
That shit's nice, but then like I've been doing it since I was fucking 12 years old.
I hear you, yeah.
So it's like I needed something. It's a short term it's a really easy way to get like a short-term dopamine rush. And so like I'll always love it and I'll always come back to it. And I like graffiti is like my first passion.
Yeah.
For like it influences everything I do. But I was like, I want to do something. I want to do a longer project that is hard to do and like will be more rewarding overall. And that's when I found like zines and like comics in general. And I was just like, I just want to make something that someone can hold in their hands, because like graffiti's tight, but like, you know, it exists in a finite space. It's quick to do and it goes away quickly. And so I wanted something that maybe like lasted a little longer and was like a little bit more rewarding in the long term.
Right.
And so that's when I found comics. And then as soon as I tried to make a comic, I was like, oh shit, this is fucking hard. There's a lot to learn. And so that, like, just I got super obsessed over like, you know, there's so many things to fucking start trying to master, from the art to the writing to the
I can't believe that I saw a video today of you on your iPad just creating the pages off of that, like,
oh yeah,
just doing the art right there, you know. I was like, damn, man, like, I don't know, I just didn't expect it. That's dope as hell, man, to have that skill to just be able to make characters and stuff, and it looks exactly like your work on the wall, you know.
Well, that's what's sick about comics, is it's like, unlike movies and like everything else, if that takes like an animated show that takes like a team of people, comics is just like one dude, and like just with your brain, and like, you know, for 100 years it was just pencil and paper. I use an iPad now, but that's just to like streamline the drawing process. It's still hand drawn. But like just with one person, you can create a fucking universe and tell stories and communicate themes and influence, like, and show people like the feelings that you have in your fucking brain.
Right. You think about how people, you know, see entertainment nowadays through their phone, and like, you know, obviously watching Netflix or whatever. This is something that's going to be there forever. If the power goes out, you know, you still got comics. You know, basically, it's like,
and it'll get you off of your fucking screen too. Like, so just storytelling in general is like a beautiful art form. So like a comic book is beautiful because you can fucking see directly into the artist's fucking brain. Like with a novel, you're still imagining a lot of shit, and like you're actually interacting with the media you're consuming. Visually through looking at the art, and you're reading the text. It's like the perfect art form.
Right.
Fucking comics.
Yeah, because we know there's just a bunch of bullshit on the news and on our phones anyway. So it's like, it's good to turn away from all that unneeded, unnecessary, just,
it's a lot of noise.
Influence is what it is, and that's all it is, because it's just to keep us busy, and we all know that. But you know, we still get stuck to our phones here and there, you know. But
it manipulates us. In fact,
that's what it is.
It changes your emotions, which is also what stories do. But
you could manipulate and change emotions with your comics, but at least it's better than.
I'm trying to make people feel something.
See, but that's where it's at. That's the good part of having an art form that you can turn into something that is, you know, your own career now, you know, your own business. That's why I like it. I'm always into business, and I really enjoy seeing something coming out of an art form, you know, like in that way, you know, someone using something that they've, you know, been doing for so long and creating something better, you know. The
business just comes from like, okay, let me figure out how to make a living from this so I can do it more.
For sure.
So like, I love this fucking thing so much. Let me like learn the part that I've been avoiding, so that way I can do this thing more.
Right.
And that's where and that's like more recently when the Instagram like has gotten this like crazy following now, and like all these people are like now reading the comic and like talking to me about it and all this shit. That all comes from me being like, all right, this thing has legs now. It's something I'm proud that I've made. Let me try and like get it in front of more people. And that stuff's like, just like making comics, that's a skill you can learn too. Like social media is a fucking skill. Making money off of something is a skill.
Right.
You can fucking there's a wealth of information about it on the internet for free. It's the same way I learned to make comics.
Yeah. No, dude. Yeah, it just seems like it comes natural. I'm trying to make a magazine at some point, so I'm gonna have to ask you some questions on that. You know, how to get things going for that.
That's a precarious endeavor, man, because print is a fucking, as much as I think it is like one of the best art forms, it doesn't fucking, when people have infinite amount of media on their phone, to try and sell someone something in print is pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's why I was thinking too. It'd be cool to test it out, see how it goes.
Yeah.
So since you write COWER, anything exciting and crazy happen like during one of your ventures out, like trying to get a spot, or like, do you have any like stories like that from living out here in Oakland, or even in St. Louis? But
oh yeah, just like the multiple, nothing that has to do with my name, but just like, yeah, getting guns put to my head and fucking.
No way.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What happened
fucking
there?
Oakland, dude. Like,
yeah,
Oakland's fucking chill to paint. It's crazy. It's super fucking like. There's a lot you don't have to worry about in Oakland, but like at any point you could just fucking get shot and killed. Like, fucking, it happens.
Yeah.
And like,
it's unfortunate.
I've had some fucking close calls. I mean, I hope my fucking parents aren't watching this, but like, yeah, dude, fucking people don't like graffiti, and people that kill people for less catch you doing graffiti. It's gonna be a fucking bad time. You know, try and be fucking smart.
Yeah.
Just
gotta watch out.
Yeah,
you're
so
out
those
here,
are
be
some
on your toes.
wacky stories, but I don't know if those aren't exactly humorous.
No, I mean, it's what, you know, it's real.
Yeah. More of the stories like I'm interested in telling in the comic and stuff is about like the relationships that you build by being in those situations with people. My fucking best friend in the world now, Oppose, we're fucking. I remember one of the moments we became best friends is we were in a hotel room in New Orleans, and there was a fucking shootout right outside our window, and we jumped on the ground, and we both fucking covered each other, trying to fucking protect the other one.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of like this moment where you like, all right, this is a fucking homie. I don't want to sound like fucking no Diddy on some shit, but like,
yeah, it's like fight or flight. You guys both kind of help each other out in that moment.
But it's like those moments. It's like it's the relationships you build when you go through crazy shit together. Like,
yeah,
that's the shit like worth exploring and like, you know,
worth talking about.
What?
Yeah, worth talking about too. I mean, do you have any other any things like
moments like that?
Yeah.
I mean, that was one.
And in Oakland, what about here? Out here?
This one time, I mean, fuck, they're hard to talk about, dude, because I, like, don't think they're fucking cool moments and, like, don't look back on them fondly.
Yeah.
And I fucking also don't want people to think I think I'm fucking cool, because I'm certainly not.
I respect that.
I'm a fucking dork.
How about, like, your favorite writers out here kind of that influenced you, or you just see that they're up? Like, I usually ask people, like, their top 5 favorite writers out here. Like, let's start with Oakland.
Dude, it's crazy. I have like met and become good friends with like the dude that I looked up to back in St. Louis. Fucking Wire. LD's like heavy in St. Louis. Like very influential crew, like the biggest crew in St. Louis. They definitely are like the best writers there. And around that time when KG was starting, I had been doing some other like kick around shit, but like that's when, you know, we really started taking shit seriously. And that's when like Instagram first started. And one of the first people posting graffiti on Instagram was Wire. And then, and so I saw that he got put down in LD or like around the same time. I started paying attention to him and like just that like quick bomber style. I've always been like, that's always been the type of graffiti I like. And then I moved to the fucking Bay and like got up here, and then just like through the comic, I think like he needed a drawing done or something. I ended up meeting him, and then like instant homies, just fucking.
That's sick.
You know, when you paint with a lot of people like throughout the years, like doing graffiti and like most people, it's like, oh, it's cool or whatever. But then, like, sometimes you meet somebody and it's like, he's going to think I'm fucking gay for talking about it like this. But some people you meet and it's just like, you don't necessarily need to talk. You both know what's up as far as, like, painting. Yeah, and, like, getting chased by the cops and shit together. Like, when you handle yourself, when somebody, like, handles themselves correctly around you in a tested situation, you're just like, all right, this person's legit.
Yeah.
I fuck with this person. And so I'm lucky to have that experience with, like, Wire, who I fucking used to look up to back in the day, and then found out is fucking younger than me, which is upsetting, but...
Yeah. Isn't it crazy when you find out stuff like that? You're just like, holy shit, dude.
I feel like with California, like, y'all get started hella early, and, like, St. Louis, where I'm from, no one was, like, painting graffiti when I was fucking, like, coming up. So it was, like, I mean, that's also around, like, the same time, like, I saw Infamy in, like, high school and shit, and so I'm, like, I'm trying to learn this, like, subculture based off of this, like, Hollywood representation of what, like, they're trying to make entertaining for people, and also trying to, like, explain graffiti. And then that game, like, Mark Echo's Getting Up came out, which I fucking loved. And so, like, I was just, like, thinking I was going to be in some, like, Hollywood portrayal / fucking video game. And then you realize, like, oh, it's kind of, like, a lot more grounded in, like, you know, being homies and, like...
Yeah, man, I mean,
it's a lot less like a video game, and it's a lot more,
like with me, with taking pictures and stuff, people just kind of just wanted to see who the hell I was, you know? So if I pop around here and there, then it's all good. I never really have any issues and stuff. But when people don't know you and then they don't get the vibe off of you that you're cool, then yeah. And especially too, like, sometimes I don't like to meet too many writers because then it ruins what I see on the wall. Like, I enjoy their work so much that I don't want to meet them.
Don't meet your heroes.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of writers I met that I wish I fucking hadn't.
Yeah.
I really like their shit, and then they fucking turn out to be a goober.
Yeah, I know. I get a lot of...
The opposite's true, too. And when you meet a writer that's dope, and they turn out to be, like, a humble, like, dope person, then you like them 10 times more.
And they're human, you know? They're fucking cool. Yeah,
this hobby attracts a lot of fucking people that have, like, less than, you know, morally sounded fucking motivations.
Right.
So when you meet somebody that's, like, just in love with the art form for what it is and not some, like, exterior fucking thing they're trying to get out of it, you know, those are the people I click with.
Yeah, you have to click with people that are in it for the right reasons and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you know, you could just not hang out with anybody either. And you could just be your own fucking, like, mysterious thing. Like, I paint alone most of the times now.
Yeah, because you're not really in a crew right now, right? Are you in any crews?
I'm in KG and AMC.
AMC? Okay.
I'm going to fucking get in trouble if I don't start throwing up more AMCs. But
yeah.
I'm in AMC, bro. Now, I got to fucking...
I didn't know that, man. That's dope.
Yeah, we might have to edit this out. You're going to get me in trouble with my fucking crew, dog.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll edit out whatever you want. But do you want me to at least still ask, like, what...
No, you keep it in. But I need to be... It's hard because CrimeGuys is a comic that I'm trying to promote and sell online. It's how I make a living.
Of course.
And so that's all the shit that I put on the internet.
Uh-huh.
But I'm also in, like, the real life crew, which is KG, and then also AMC. And I put that shit up in real life. It's just not what I focus on posting on the internet.
Yeah.
And it's not that, like, what I post on the internet is a facade, but it is, like, it's represented in a way where, like, I'm trying to use storytelling to draw people in, get more views, and get more, like, readers on the comic.
Yeah. Of course, man. It's all about business and
it's not all about business. It's genuinely me as an artist. I'm fucking posting the shit that I'd be doing either way.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to present it in a way that's, like, sound as a brand. So, like, people know when they watch my videos what to expect, and hopefully that'll bring them to the comic.
Right. I see what you mean.
And there's a lot of other stuff I do, like, that I'm just not posting on the internet because it doesn't have anything to do with that part of the business, which is fucking finding graph writers that I can either turn into comics readers or that comics readers that I can like show a little bit of like graph shit to.
Right, or even, you know, turn them on to something else that they can use as a tool to like generate something out of their, you know, time in graffiti. I've seen people, obviously, they start their own type of like art crews that go and do things for the city or murals or whatever, you know, which is fine and all, you know, they still get up. So it's not a problem when, in my opinion, I mean, as long as the murals aren't like, I mean, in San Jose, there's a lot of murals going up, and they're respected in a way, you know what I mean? Whereas, you know, most of the time people want to go over the murals because it's like, that's not graffiti. But
yeah, if you didn't put in the work in the streets, like
it's not going to get respected, right?
Mural's going to get capped out here. There's too much. It's a competition for space.
Yeah,
and you got to get respect beyond just painting a pretty picture. Like,
correct.
The internet loses their shit over graffiti. They're like painting something with some skill, but they have no idea the skills that go into this fucking craft.
Yeah.
And the same way you can learn how to draw a flower good, you can learn to draw your fucking name good. Mm-hmm. It's the same amount of skill. It's just fucking poured into something else. And it's actually like more fucking artistically pure to pour yourself into something that you love, that you know society's gonna fucking hate, aka graffiti, versus painting fucking flowers and shit. And so some of the animosity comes from that with the fucking murals, you know.
Right.
These murals are going over graffiti. It's not
a good thing.
It's just saying, like, you know, your art, your fucking flower isn't better than my letters. Fuck your flower. And I'm the one that's willing to fucking go out and risk my fucking freedom to cap your mural. So we'll see who wins in that exchange. Yeah, I understand graph writers going over murals. I don't hate on that.
Yeah. It's weird how every city's different, you know. Sometimes it's super respected, but just like you said, you know, they got to put in the work for it to run, you know.
Yeah, especially if you're going over graffiti, man.
Yeah. So, like, what's your take on graffiti out here in Oakland? Like, how is it different than painting anywhere else in the world?
Dude, I feel like Oakland is going through a fucking renaissance, and like, I mean, it seems like everywhere, either graffiti's more accepted or cops want to deal with it less. Something is happening, but like graffiti, there's way fucking more of it than when I first started. And this shit was hot when I started. Graffiti's just changing in general. Like, it's becoming more accepted, and it's like, it's less pursued by the police and by like vandal squads, from what I can tell. And that's just kind of like making a fucking renaissance. There's so many more people doing it, pushing fucking styles and like really crushing that. Like, it seems like it's all over. I mean, I went back and visited St. Louis last year, and it's like, it's got a fucking bunch more graffiti than it did when I left, at least running. And it seems like the civilians fucking hate graffiti there. So in Oakland, I know people are a little more accepting of it. They don't really like give a shit as much, especially with like all the other shit going on.
Yeah, I think there's more of a focus. I'm sure people don't mind it as much out here, but I don't know, maybe they're just too busy to worry about it. It's too expensive to live out in the Bay, or they're just focused on other things. They're not really looking around like I'm always looking around.
Well, it seems like the coasts are like a little bit more forward thinking as far as like fucking art and culture in general.
Yeah.
And then I feel like graffiti, with each new generation, like the kids are kind of introduced to it, like through that fucking, you know, there's video games and documentaries and shit about it now.
Yeah.
And like people's older brothers are doing it and shit. So they're coming up, not hating it like the last generation did.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So there's more and more of it, which means there's more and more people pushing styles, which means there's like more people posting shit online to sell to the younger generation of people coming in, selling fucking caps and shit. Mm-hmm. So like the information's all online and shit. It's just like, it's not just graffiti. Like skateboarding has the same trajectory where like so many more people are doing it. All the information's online. Like all these like little subcultures are like becoming a bit more than subcultures. They're becoming like kind of fucking industries, which is crazy. The fact that graffiti is like a little mini industry now. I mean, I bet every single one, anybody listening to this can name 5 fucking companies that are doing not bad based off of being a graffiti company.
Like selling cans, caps, markers.
Yeah, I mean, and even beyond that, brands, dude. Like people selling fucking merch.
Right,
Like,
merch and yeah.
So it's one thing to sell a product that people use as far as like spray paint and stuff, but it's another thing to like sell the art as a fucking brand, and that's becoming like a real fucking option.
Why don't you start printing clothes or?
Yeah, I had a shirt.
I think you should, man. Or have you done it?
No, yeah, I have a shirt that sold out like pretty quickly. So
that's cool.
That you know, that's definitely like something.
Screen printed.
Yeah, screen printed.
Nice.
So I came up with another design that I like. I'm always trying to think of a fucking thing that says like, hey, this is for graffiti writers, but it's kind of a wink. It's not too on the nose. And like, there's a lot of shit in graffiti I wouldn't necessarily wear. I don't want to fucking wear a b-boy doing a fucking, you know, spray painting a wall and shit.
No.
So like, that's not the clothes I want to make.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that is kind of the art that I draw with the comic. I draw people spray painting on shit. Yeah. It's finding the right mix of like.
It works for the paper, not the clothing. It works for the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different. When somebody puts something on their body, they're representing who they are outwardly.
Yeah.
A t-shirt and shit. That's why we're like fucked up fucking hardcore band t-shirts. So
hey man,
because it represents who I am. Like, yeah, this is the shit I'm into or whatever. But graffiti writers don't necessarily want to represent themselves as graffiti writers just as they're walking around in their day to day. It might present some problems for them. So like, it'd be cool to make a t-shirt that people fuck with design-wise, that has the elements of my art that is graffiti, and that also, like, speaks to who we are as writers, but maybe as a wink instead of, like, this big, flamboyant, I write graffiti shirt.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, a hat or a pin or something, but...
Pins for sure. I'm always collecting pins.
Yeah, and I feel like more kids are, like, wearing fucking Jet Set Radio, fucking Janko jeans, like, just flat out, like, graffiti shit on their fucking shirt. But maybe I will just make a graffiti shirt and see how it does. But
yeah, coming soon.
Yeah, but and like the core of my business is I'm a graffiti writer and I make comics. Yeah, so like I'm selling comics right now, and I'm always making comics. So everything else I do, like the t-shirts and all this shit, it's like I don't want to put anything out there that I'm not proud of, and it takes an investment in time. Figuring out how to make a good fucking product that'll stand, you know, that people will enjoy having in their hands. I've done that with the books. You know, clothes and pens or whatever, merch is a whole nother beast. I don't want to just do some print on demand shit and have it not represent CrimeGuys well, because I've worked so hard to build this thing up. And these other crews I'm in. Oh, I'm also in Shitheads, by the way. I can't forget that.
Which one?
I'm in fucking KG, AMC, and Shitheads as of this moment. Shitheads is my fucking ride or die homies that I grew up painting with in St. Louis, and they just now put me in the fucking crew this year because I finally fucking asked. But
damn, yeah, dude, that's sick. You're gonna be putting it up out here?
I put it up.
Okay, good.
Rude, but I'm sure you've seen it.
I'm just kidding.
It's just not online, man. It's not part of my online.
Dude, I haven't been to Oakland in a while. It's actually been a full year. No, I'm gonna be on the lookout for that.
It's just not a part of my online facade. So it's not like fucking
right. And you don't want to mix too much of it. You know, this is your art form that you know you're trying to push, and that's like the motive of what I can see.
Well, this is the title of a book I'm trying to sell. And then the other shit is like, those are my fucking homies that I want to represent and like say, hey, like we're in this fucking clique together and we got each other's backs. But it doesn't mean I need to make an Instagram reel out of it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's like,
but you don't need to represent it like that. It's meant for the streets.
Like, this is my fucking baby. I started this and, like, grew it into what it is. And there's only 2 other members, and it's because we've been in the fucking shit together and, like, started this thing together.
Because KG was originally a crew. That's why it's
still, it's still
K as a crime. Right, it is.
So it started out as No Good.
No
Did we
good.
talk about this? Or did
we did. No Good. KNO.
Yeah. And then I needed the name for the comic, so it became the name of the comic too. And it's good branding, whatever. It all goes together. But I kind of separate like the online thing versus like the crews that I am in real life as well, as far as like AMC and shitheads.
Right.
It's just not what I focus on posting, you know? Can I take a water break real quick?
Yeah, dude, let's do it. Well, yeah, man. I mean, I really appreciate you having me out here and showing me this area, this spot. I've never been here. Obviously, we're just off the side of a freeway, so that's...
Yeah, hopefully the audio came out good.
Yeah,
I
know.
appreciate the interview, man. I love talking about this shit, and I just want more people to fucking... I just want to express how much I fucking love this thing and, like, you know, hope to find more people that feel the same way.
Yeah, I can completely understand that, man. You know, having a brand myself and other things, and I have my own clothing brand and stuff like that, and I could just see the need to just try to get more people involved.
It's just about finding your people and being like,
it's all about
hey, I'm doing this thing. If you like the same shit, like, let's go.
Yeah, man. And obviously, this is a comic book too. You know, this is your baby here. Did you have anything?
Yeah, I'll promote the book. This is my new fucking book. CrimeGuys Still Ain't Shit. Is that in focus?
Yeah.
Fucking CrimeGuys Still Ain't Shit. It's fucking 200 pages, as thick as fuck. But it's got 7 stories, all about graffiti. It's about the 2 main characters, cowboy in a pose. They fucking peel back the layers of this subculture through wild fucking adventures. You know, it gets into all types of crazy shit. Imagine like Adult Swim, like Rick and Morty meets like homeless graffiti writers.
Okay, all right.
So I'm the author. I'm Vince Burt. This is Cowboy. He's one of the main characters. I write COWER in real life. Okay, this is bad branding. This is a bit confusing.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
And this is a Pose. He's another character, but he's also a writer in real life. We're real fucking writers, and I just decided to fucking make a comic book about some of the shit we talk about, and then, you know, sometimes they get into crazy ass fucking like non-realistic adventures to kind of work through the themes of just the shit we go on in real life as graph writers.
Yeah, and I never heard anything like it before. It's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah,
and to have something out here, you know, representing, you know, stories from the Bay Area too. It's all. It all comes full circle, you know? Yeah,
it's set in the Bay, man. They live under the MacArthur Maze, which is fucking based off of where my homie was living, and fucking...
The front cover, is that... What's on that front cover right there?
So they're underneath the highway where they live. This is their, like, shack.
Dude. And you did all that art too, man.
The cover's drawn by Josue Cruz, who's my favorite cartoonist, and I'm lucky to become... If you're talking about artists, I need to shout out.
Yeah, please shout out some people.
Josue Cruz, who drew Puppy Night and has some other self-published stuff, is probably the best working cartoonist and is like super unheard of. No one's heard of them, but they drew this fucking cover, and it's fucking sick.
That really is sick.
They did the book design. They're a designer professionally. But if you look inside the comic, too, like, the art's not... It's not a bait and switch. Like, the art inside is fucking...
full color and everything.
Yeah, it's well done. Look at it. It's got cars fucking jumping off of shit. And the stories are fucking good. The stories are captivating and represent themes inside graffiti nobody else is talking about. So it's fucking... I'm really proud of it. It's fucking...
Yeah, man. How many issues do you have right now? Which one is that?
So this is my second book, which collects 7 stories. So that'll be issue 7 through 14. Okay. I have a book in black and white out before this. It's all one story. It's called CrimeGuys versus the Blockbots. Maybe we'll put an image up.
Yeah, of course. Send them to me.
And that's all one story where the crime guys fight an evil tech CEO and his murderous robots. They're just like graph writers trying to survive, and they get kind of wrapped up in this giant fucking epic story where they end up having giant robot battles and shit. And then this story is when I wanted to take it into more of an episodic. And so, you know, it's 7 stories. They each can be read by themselves. Episodic is like, you know, kind of like a show you'd see on like Cartoon Network or Adult Swim, where each episode is its own story, but contributes to the series as a whole.
Yeah.
And so that's more where I'm going with the storytelling as of recently.
So it makes you want to read the whole thing, or if you just want to go back to one, you can go back to your favorite. Like it's all set up like that.
Exactly, yeah. You can watch your favorite episode, or you can fucking watch the whole series. It works both ways. So kind of the way it works is I fucking publish the comics online. I published all of these comics online up until I have these 200 pages, and then I printed the book. And so now I'm up to like page 70 of what will be the 3rd book.
Okay.
And you can read that stuff for free on my website, KrimeGuys.com. But if you want to read ahead and get the full ebooks that are probably the best reading experience until the book comes out, you can get those ebooks for just $5 on my Patreon. And you can even fucking subscribe at $5, download the ebooks and fucking unsubscribe if you want. So it's a fucking steal.
Yeah, you get all the stories before they even come out.
Yeah. If you want more Crime Guys now, I also post tons of behind the scenes shit and fucking process videos where I talk directly to the audience, explain my process and how I fucking do this shit. Because it's, you know, years of learning all these like tricks to make this fucking thing. And I try and share all those little tricks and secrets on my Patreon.
There you go.
So patreon.com/crimeguys. So that's where, yeah. So I got the books out, crimeguys.com, to read the comic for free. You can also buy the physical book, which is just the best reading experience. It'll get you off your phone. You get to hold it in your hands. I sign every one. It comes with stickers. And if you want more comics past that, patreon.com/crimeguys for even more Crime Guys and process videos. And that just comes from, as I've been trying to learn comics, I've been like really like a vulture for like any process that the artists I like do. Like anytime I can see an artist I like drawing or have them talk about their creative process, it's so fucking helpful to like get better at your craft. So it's just me showing what I've learned so far and trying to make videos to show my audience, like, this is how I do it. This is what I've learned through my years of making this shit.
That's dope, man.
And that's on my Patreon.
Hell yeah. Well, COWER, bro, thank you so much. Is there like anybody else you want to shout out? And
shout out to fucking Clammy and Oppose, the 2 other members of Crime Guys. Shout out to my fucking crews, AMC, Shitheads, all my homies back in St. Louis. Fucking my comics collective that I'm in, No Rulers, with SS Julian and Josue Cruz, some of the dopest working fucking cartoonists right now. And shout out Silver Sprocket, who helped me fucking make this book. Avi, who without their help, this book would not have existed. They helped me through the printing process and getting these made. And shout out to all the old heads that fucking threatened to beat me up when I was being toy.
That's the sickest outro ever. That's hella real right there.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, man.